Disneyland didn't just throw a big party to celebrate their 70th anniversary. They built a strategic, beautifully consistent, and mind-blowing clever campaign, and there is a lot to learn from it. So in this video, I want to explain you the hidden strategy behind Disneyland's 70th anniversary campaign. So it's very important for us as designers, as creatives, as founders, if you're working on your brand, or even if you're working on your next campaign, to really get inspired what Disney did. According to Martin Neumeyer, a brand is a person's gut feeling about a product, a service, or a company. So this feeling is a key factor of how people are going to interact with your product, your service, but most importantly, how they're going to remember you. And honestly, Disney really shows us how to make a brand unforgettable. But not only a brand, most importantly, an experience from the beginning to the end. And that's literally what happened this last weekend. So in my last visit to the park, I experienced their anniversary from the moment I booked my visit to the park through the app. So at the moment that you open the app, you see this really cool animation, with all the colors, the typography, and that's a very important factor. So they kind of begin the experience from their app, which is where you can make your booking, you can kind of see the schedules, everything. At the moment that you get to the park, you will see these same colors, these blues, purples, pinks, the same typography that they're using throughout the park. So really everywhere you saw, you can find brilliant examples of brand strategy in the real world. And this is, when you see the characters, when you look at the facade, when you look at, every little flag or banner. But let me break this down into 3 different factors so you can better understand the brilliance behind their campaign. So number 1, strategic consistency. So every single pixel, every single inch from the app to physical spaces, you could see the same typography, the same colors. Again, those blues, those purples, those pinks. It was like you were part of this celebration. The moment you got to the parking lot, literally, you could see it everywhere. So the lesson here is great brands repeat with purpose. Number 2 is creative placement. So as we're entering the park, my wife, my kids, and I were walking through the lobby of this beautiful hotel. Is the Disney's Californian Hotel and Spa. We noticed this beautiful fireplace surrounded by really nice furniture. And there was also an amazing piano player there. But what caught my attention the most was this big, beautiful plaque above the fireplace, and it had the 70 on it. And that's kind of like a reminder of how clever, how creative they are at the moment of using these different elements throughout the park to kind of continue the experience of their anniversary. And obviously, that's a really cool place and unexpected. I think that's a key word when creative. Anything, it can be a design, when building your brand or message. It's being unexpected, it's nothing that you probably thought it was going to be there. Number 3 is emotional storytelling. And I think this is probably one of the most important ones. Their anniversary is not just nostalgia, it's also a look into the future. A good example of this is their parade. And they do it at nighttime, which is even better because it was almost like a light show. What was really cool about it is that you see the classic characters that you probably grew up with, but with a kind of like a modern twist to it. And you could see different generations, the parents, the kids, getting very excited about it, very emotional as well. And I think going back to the beginning, I think that's a key factor, because it's not only what you feel, but it's also what you remember. So how do you apply this if you're a designer, or if you're a founder or a creator and you're building a new one? Now, think about this. What is your version of that fireplace moment? What is that unique, that kind of clever aspect that only insiders could notice? And then ask yourself, are you designing with intention, or is it just to make it look nice? And last, how is your story being told across the different touch points? From your website, your logo, even spaces. Is it really telling your story? Is it getting the message across? And most important, is it being remembered? So Disneyland's 70th anniversary, I think, is a great example when strategy and creativity align, magic happens. And again, I think it's so important to make people feel, like Martin Neumeyer says, is the person's gut feeling about your product or your service, but also is how they remember you. So if you found value in this video, please share it and subscribe. Until next time, thank you.